Good morning, everybody. Let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear. Good afternoon, rather. Gosh, how often do we start streams in the afternoon? Good morning to our US viewers, is what I meant. You know what I mean? I'll just check. I've got everything online here. I didn't underestimate how long it takes to set up by myself when you've got so many extra layers of waterproofing, windproofing, everything proofing. So it might be a bit of a slow start, but I'll make sure everything's safe and secure. It's a very awkward wind direction today for streaming as well. It is straight into our proverbial faces. Loud and clear, awesome. Welcome in, everyone. Stand by, just give me 1 more minute and I'll jump up on the camera. I will be limited today on devices, so please be a bit more patient than usual. Would be appreciated. Everything seems to be working. Just get the chat up as well, shall I? It's particularly awkward when all the devices are already soaking wet from the get-go. That's okay. I'll just put this microphone down here as well. There we go. Now we're cooking. Welcome in, everybody, to the Tuesday show. Another bonus show. 2 in the same week. 2 days on the trot. Welcome in. Just going to put my glove on as well. Good idea before my hands get a bit of frostbite. It's not actually that cold, to be fair, but you know how it is when you've got the wind constantly battering against you and the elements, the rain, sideways rain. Just take it out of you. They're on. Use my ignorance, but are they still on 2-3 right single runway ups? I think they are. Not sure if the wind's going to change that schedule. Right. Here we go. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to a bonus show here on Airliners Live. Let us know how the sort of aviation audio is as well, because it's very hard for me to tell how loud it all is in my headphones. All I can hear is wind up here. It is very windy indeed. EasyJet just landing there. Let me get the radar open actually as well. That's probably a good idea. See where these planes are coming from and things like that. This EasyJet is an A321neo coming in from Krakow. This is going to be shortest shows in a row. Yeah. Might as well just not turn off the stream. Just leave it running forever at this point. Now we are having to eat up a lot of office time doing this, so we may not do a show tomorrow as a result. We'll see how today goes anyway, because obviously we had the show yesterday, today, and then obviously Friday and Sunday as well, so we shall see. Sounds great, awesome. Yeah, it's always a worry because when it's this windy, you just don't want the mics to just sound like, you know, just complete wind noise. Believe me, in my ears right now, all I can hear is the sound of wind battering my earphones. So hopefully you folks get a bit of a better experience on the audio front. As birthday boy Spitfire Tell says in the chat, don't forget to hit that like button as well on this bonus show. Whoa, Airliner's Live Tuesday show. I don't know much about Tuesdays, how busy it is at Manchester Airport, but we will find out today. It's been a while since we've done a Tuesday show. Shows on Tuesdays are usually reserved for special occasions, such as special movements or storms. Thanks, Matt. Just seeing your message as well. Appreciate it. Great show yesterday, of course, Matt, as well. Also doing a bonus show here on the channel. Somebody did leave a comment, actually, a couple of, I think it was last week, saying, why do you guys do evening shows? Because a lot of people work during the day, midweek, which, me and Martin, and Matt as well, to be fair, we do work a lot during the weeks. Me and Martin used to have day jobs where, things like daytime on the midweek were just impossible to tune in live. But the problem is you're kind of limited on daylight hours at the moment. After 4 p.m. it's pretty dark here in the UK. I think sunset is at like 3:50. So there's that. And the runway visitor bar closes at 4 as well. And we did do evening shows I think it was last year we did a few. And they just really weren't it. Like, Manchester Airport's not very busy. And people, you actually get less viewers in the evening. I think it's just because, like, if you're like me, someone who, let's say you work 9 till 5 or whatever, you come home and it's not usually your intention just to come home and sit on the couch and watch an aviation stream. You're usually like getting food ready, if you've got kids, or maybe you've got things on after work, maybe you just go straight to bed like I did a couple of times. Yeah. Great, thanks, Gardner. I mean, I just set the audio so it kind of looked like it wasn't too loud. So you folks might miss out on the aviation audio, might be a bit quiet, but honestly, it's a fair compromise to know that it's not just getting distorted. Keith G, welcome to Premium Economy as well. Thank you, folks. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Captain Mark's in the chat. No Martin today as well, by the way, folks. Martin is quite restricted on hours on a Tuesday. He was in the office, don't worry. He was packing lots of merch items. We had a meeting as well with a partner, which we're going to tell you more about in the coming weeks. Very exciting stuff. And that was in regards to not only the flight sim streams that we've been working away at. We've been building the A320 simulator in the office, of course, but also the channel in general. COVID killed the evening traffic, in my opinion. Yeah, I remember pre-COVID, you could come down to the airport of an evening and see a lot of heavies. Now, I think a lot of things have changed in, like, just low costers and when people operate. I know, like, Jet2, for example, kind of go out in waves, but we've kind of lost a lot of the wide bodies as well. Things like 2 767s, even like you wouldn't call it a wide body, but the Jet2 757s as well, the Virgin Atlantic 747s, and some of these sort of other operators as well, like Oman Air, PIA. I remember you used to see them in the evening. I'm sure there's other ones as well, and maybe some American operators as well, if you were lucky. Set this other mic up as well. There we go. Yeah, Gardner, and that's another thing as well. For the evening, for us, is good for the US crowd, because I do feel like they get neglected a bit, on these shows. Because I remember when we did the evening shows, a lot of people tuned in from the US. But the problem is then you've got, and I don't blame them, you've got a lot of choice to watch live aviation in US-based airports as well. Some really good live streamers, like the likes of LA Flights, for example, over at LA, or sometimes at places like JFK and stuff, right? So I don't, that's not a problem at all, but it's just another thing you got to consider. Apparently this is some kind of storm, this as well, folks. Storm... Bram? Mr. Bram? He goes. Virgin Atlantic Airbus A330. Yeah, Storm Bram, B-R-A-M. I'll put it in the title anyway. This is a named storm, I guess you call it. I don't know about the miles per hour, but in the next couple of hours, we're expecting gusts of up to 46 knots here in Manchester Airport, with it really picking up between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m., so that's in the next hour. It should pick up quite a bit. It should go up to about 46 knots. Which is quite a lot. A rather large amount of knottage. And it's not straight down the runway either, it's a bit of a crosswind. It's about a 45-degree offset. Martin's in the chat as well. Welcome in. You know what though, I'm a bit overdressed today because I put loads of layers on, thermals and whatnot, big coat, and it's not cold at all. It's like 15 degrees C at the moment. Like it feels warm out here. It feels like almost like a summer's day. It's so bizarre. I'm so used to it being like ice cold. Pegasus Airbus A321 just touching down from Istanbul. Let me alter my filters on the old FR24 as well. We do have the Emirates A380 pinging up actually. That's very cool. Heading off to Dubai. So we'll see that shortly. That's over at Terminal 2 at the moment. Got quite a ways to taxi out. And we did get some news about the A320 simulator as well, that essentially the last piece of the puzzle has now been completed in regards to it's ready for collection at the place where we got our cuts done. And it's ready to pick up, and we're going to plonk it on tomorrow. So technically, tomorrow, the A320 simulator should be built. I'm going to say, we use the word built, constructed. We still have a lot to do in regards to like fine-tuning, getting the PC set up, all that intricacy. But video one, part one of the A320 simulator build in the office should be done tomorrow, which means we'll conclude the filming for that and hopefully get it edited. I don't think the edit will take too long. It's a lot of footage. We're talking like 20 days worth of footage, and they vary. Like some days it was like we're filming all day, some days it's like an hour, and some days it's quite basic, like there's some days we have to do like things multiple times, sometimes we're just painting some wood, so it varies. But that video should be out soon, and then hopefully in the new year we should have the second video, which will be like the extra fun stuff that brings it to life. And maybe, if we're lucky, maybe a live stream, maybe a VIP live stream. Who knows? I was doing some tweaks and stuff. But we are seriously excited. Seriously excited. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that bell icon as well. We'll tease it as much as possible before release. Because, yeah, there's not often we do a video that has 20 odd days of recording worth for one video. Ryanair just landing in from Milan. Pegasus just landed as well. We've seen that before. A lot of spray on the runway. There was a lot of heavy rain earlier, so I think the rain's meant to be on and off. We are very prepared for rain today. Lots of waterproofing. It literally feels like I'm filming through a submarine right now. So yeah, I'll put a picture actually because it's quite cool, the setup today. Yeah, as Martin says, who's been flying, especially you flight sim crowd, who's been flying the Airliner's live livery lately? Because that's now available to download for free. You guys can get it in the sim right now. You don't have to be a VIP or anything like that. It's just on flightsim.2. And there's 2 liveries to choose from. There's the Airliner's live house colours or a retro livery you can use on the Phoenix Airbus A320, I believe. Is it just that, Martin? I think it's just the Phoenix. Raining in Manchester, yeah, it is pretty precarious weather today. There's no beating around the bush here, is there? EasyJet's on the move, an Airbus A320 heading off to Gran Canaria. Quite a long flight down to the Canary Islands. So that's a pretty early rotation for the Neo there. Considering there's probably got quite a lot of weight on board with all that fuel to get down to Gran Canaria. Just Phoenix, yep, okay, and it works with both engines, that's true, yeah, so the CFM and the IAE options. So if you just Google Airliners Live or flightsim.2, Airliners Live, there'll be links in the chat as well. Get it downloaded, folks. Completely free of charge. Done by the legends over at Hughes, who make aviation liveries in flight sim, and they do really good ones. And I've not actually flown it myself yet, but I've been told there's a lot of Easter eggs in there that even I don't know. A lot of them. And also shout out to Practically Geek. I think he's in the chat actually. He did a really, really cool trailer for it as well. 2E737 next to land from Alicante. Emirates pushing. Nice one, Tel. Thank you. I'm not sure how windy it's going to get today, folks, as well. The forecast is saying 43 knots? 46 knots during today's show. So it is going to get a lot windier than this. Great to see the Emirates A380 with the new livery there as well. Very nice. Love it. I think that's a nice upgrade, I think, in my opinion. As I say that, the wind just picks up quite a lot there. Just make some little tweaks to the tripod as well as we go along, just to keep everything balanced. Yes, a big happy birthday to Spitfire Tell in the chat as well, one of our moderators celebrating his birthday today. Hope you have a great day, mate. Decides to celebrate it by moderating the chat. Oh, mate, this has been... this just got a lot windier. Yikes. We do have an aircraft on final approach. We'll turn our attention to that in a moment. Air France A220 heading back to Paris Charles de Gaulle. .43 miles per hour southerly at 2 p.m. Saying Northern Lad, thank you. Yeah, the RVP closes at 4 p.m. as well today. So I probably won't do a massive show today. So probably wrap about 3:30, I think. Anyone check out the Stranger Things Microsoft Flight Sim add-on today? I'm not going to lie, Practically Geek, I've not watched that, but I hear so many people talking about it. So many. It's like the current trend, isn't it? Back when like Game of Thrones was like popular and stuff, and was it like every Monday night there was a new episode and everyone was talking about it constantly? I could never get into Game of Thrones though. I did try. I watched the first season. Wasn't my thing. Oh, this Aer Lingus handling the winds really well. It did just die down for a moment then as well. So managed to land in a bit of a quieter spell. I'll be flying into Manchester on the 21st. I'm from New Zealand, living in Australia, so it'll be my first cold Christmas. Kiwi, that sounds awesome. As in 21st of December. I think we're streaming that day. And there's a bit of an RVP meetup that day as well with the VIPs, if you want to come and say hello. Yeah, I have some friends who are like really obsessed with Stranger Things. Sam was like really into Game of Thrones, and there was another one, wasn't it? Like House of Dragon's Den? No, House of the Dragon, I think it was called. House of the Dragon's Den. Now, Dragon's Den, that's a quality TV show right there. That's the reality TV that we all need. What's that? Your company's worth £1 million. I'll give you 10 quid for 50%. How does that sound? Yeah, Kiwi Chick. Have a good journey over here, though. Sounds like a massive, massive flight you've got ahead. I know people get used to it, and I don't think it's as bad as it sounds, but I feel like it would take some doing to do that flight going from the likes of Australia or New Zealand all the way over to the UK. I think I don't think I could do it with kids, put it that way. I think by yourself it might be okay because you could probably just like have naps and just proper chill out. But yeah, the thought of doing it with kids, man, that would be hard work. I give 20 quid for 50% of Airliners Live. Sold. Sell out for a Greg's meal deal. £5.50, by the way. Here we go. EasyJet coming in next on the way in from Palma de Mallorca. We said the same thing. Oh my gosh. Been watching too much Dragon's Den. Hello, room from Fort Mojave, AZ. Is that Arizona, I'm going to assume? Mojave? I bet it's a bit warmer there than it is here. Bit nicer weather. I heard about that, Ian. I was just reading TUI 787-8 TUI Delta is departing Prestwick in 10 minutes and heading for Campbell. Apparently it's getting scrapped and it's only 12 years old. What the heck? Why would they scrap? Why is that getting scrapped? 12-year-old Dreamliner? There must be something strange going on there. Anyone know about that in the chat? I don't know if many Dreamliners have been scrapped yet. That's a bit bizarre to me. They don't build them like they used to, eh? Back in my day, planes would last decades. There we go. Emirates A380 heading back to Dubai on the roll. Quite nice lighting, actually. I apologise for the subpar camera work today as well. As you can imagine, it's a bit harder to get smoother action when you're literally struggling to stand up because of the wind. Oh, where have we gone? You turned out the lights. Yeah, adjust that so it doesn't catch anymore. Chewie, get us out of here. Yeah, punch it, Chewie. That's what the pilots will be thinking today, won't they? Get them planes up nice and quick. Get some altitude. Get above this rather gnarly weather. We have a Ryanair just entering the approach from Dublin as well. We have a Jet 2 actually coming in from... a Jet 2 coming in from Manchester. Look at that. Who's been on their halls in Manchester? Grab a drink, folks. mate. I just got a little, I got a little selfie there with the setup. I'll throw that on the Facebook page. Facebook. Doesn't look so bad now, actually. This dry, but wow, over 1,000 people tuned in already. Welcome in, folks. Flemmo as well. Welcome in. Let's get some names in the chat, shall we, folks? I didn't say hello formally, did I? Hello. Formally. There is an EasyJet lining up on the runway. Where is she going? Where's she going? She's off to Espargos. Another pretty long flight. Yeah, Flemmo, it's quite nice lighting, actually, isn't it? Get some nice clips of these departures. Not only the arrivals are quite cool to watch on this stormy day, but these departures, look at them. Quite nicely lit. Lots of spray there as well. Soaking wet runway from the downpour before. Right in front of the sun. Nice, Pedro. Enjoy. Sounds cool. I wonder if the Innie Builds Manchester's on the marketplace yet. Does anyone know? They did say it'd be around about now. I'm just going to get it on that for my home sim. Not really a sim setup, nothing compared to what we have in the office, but it lets me play Microsoft Flight Sim from home, so that's the main thing. Matt's saying that Jet2 have been doing a few end of season tests on the Jet 273s, hence the Manchester to Manchester routing. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Is interesting. It's more action for us, isn't it? Keeps it interesting. Ryanair's about to turn onto the base leg as well. Yeah, short takeoff. They tend to use less runway when there's strong winds. I think it's. I'm sure Mark could answer better, but I presume it's down to they want to get the plane up in the air with lots of power to get above and out of these winds quickly. I feel like I'm in a wind tunnel here. This wind is just silly. I've kind of angled myself away from it now. I'm like standing, looking at the tower, essentially. My back's to the runway, because it's just too much. Okay, Practically Geek. Takes about 2 weeks to get it on the marketplace. Harry's Aviation just subbed to the channel. Hey, welcome in, Harry's. Let us know if anyone else is new to the channel. And don't forget to hit that like button as well, folks. That helps us out a lot. Nice free way to support the stream today. EasyJet's on the roll. Another A320neo. This one heading off to Tenerife South Airport. It's 21 neo actually. Is it me, or have EasyJet started operating more 21s at Manchester lately? I'm noticing them more and more, unless I'm just sort of, you know, they're lining up more with our stream schedule, I don't know, but I am noticing them a little bit more. So that could be down to more aircraft based here, I'm not sure. I'm really bad at keeping track of regs. I need an app. Like, you know, fleet log. Which I would love to do, but usually I'm a bit busy operating the camera and all that. New here too from Bristol. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Wow, Ian, that's crazy. It's been handed back after a 12, after at least heavy maintenance, and it was just cheaper to probably get it scrapped and all that. Yeah, that's wild. That's really wild. At Orlando, MCO, isn't it? I logged 92 aircraft on fleet log just waiting outside the terminal. Wow. They are really cool. It's really cool to use fleet log at a busy airport, isn't it? Especially somewhere like Heathrow, Manchester, obviously. Gosh. Mad when you can hear the wind howling across the airfield like that. Yeah, that Ryanair should be visual soon. Yeah, I think it's on final approach coming in from Dublin. It's a MAX as well. There's that plane. Yeah, it's that plane. EasyJet are in the middle of upgrading their aircraft. Yeah, I've heard they're going a lot more with the A321 Neos. It's quite a big upgrade. I'm sure they'll have plenty more seats in their arsenal to utilise. Orlando is huge and busy, Andy. Wow. I think I've been to Orlando once, but I was very young and I can't remember it. I wouldn't mind going there as an adult. One of the places that's high on my bucket list is Miami. I'd love to go there. Gosh, I can't even hear myself talk at this point. I'm glad our mics are decent. Is there a difference between £1 and £1? No. I guess it's just down to how cool you are. They're the same. The conversion rate is the same. I guess it's like saying, is it bucks you say in the US instead of dollars? Kind of the same principle. Wow, look at that thing. Look at that. She's off. Is it me, or did that just jump off the runway? Like leaped off the runway there. It's Andy here doing the commentary. There's no Martin today. He has commitments on a Tuesday afternoon. He was in the office earlier, but as it's a bonus show, he's not able to make it. Yeah, I think for me, a bit of a road trip would be like go to Orlando and then drive down to Miami. I assume that's a thing you can do. That'd be pretty cool. Welcome in, Dad's Secret Kitchen. Here we go, next arrival coming on in. It's a Ryanair 737 MAX 8200. It's definitely not a mouthful to say. Coming in from Dublin. Oh my gosh. Yes, wind do be blowing. Hold on tight. Oh my gosh, this is mad. Really well done by the Ryanair there. That was mental. How windy it got then. Has anybody in the chat ever been skydiving? Just out of curiosity. Or like the indoor skydiving or the proper one? Because I'm told that when you're skydiving, you don't really breathe properly because the wind is hitting your face so quick that it kind of just gets like, you know, forced into your lungs, essentially. You don't really have to breathe in, I'm told, which is a bit scary to think. I've never done it. I'd like to. And I feel like I can kind of relate to that at the moment. Because then it was the very much the same sensation. I think if I was to do it though, I'd definitely do the indoor skydiving first. To kind of get the grips of it. I know it's very different, but yeah. Golden Aviation's done it. Oh my gosh. My big question is though with skydiving is like, because I've done let me just pop my head back in because this is this is too loud. I've done in Tenerife, they got Siam Park. It's a water park, and they've got this slide which is like a vertical drop slide, so for a split second you are kind of like free falling. The sensation from that is pretty nauseating, you know. So my question is, when you're skydiving, is it just a case of you have that, but a lot worse? Question mark, or is it not so bad? Let me know, because that's my only curiosity about skydiving that I would be unsettled with. I don't think I'd mind so much like jumping out of a plane, knowing I've got a parachute. I don't think I'd mind. I think it'd be incredibly exciting and fun, and you know, I assume going in the plane and it takes you up is probably the most nervous thing you do in your life. But I'm here for it. You know what I mean? That's what life's all about. You You can skydive on some cruise ships. I've never heard of that. Yeah, the Tower of Power, that's it in Tenerife. That made my stomach just go the wrong way up, that thing. It's bad, you're falling from the sky. Yeah, I figured that bit. No, Janet, so the Tower of Power, I can't remember what I did on that. I might have screamed my head off. Maybe I did. It was very much a blur. But that slide, if anyone's ever been on it, it's over in a split second. Like, you feel like it's 1 second of a ride, you know? Like, for 1 second you have that complete negative G-force effect in your stomach. Everything's full acceleration. And then for the next minute, you're just trying to get water out of every single, gap in your face, your eyes, your nose, your ears, your mouth. You're just like completely watered up. That I couldn't breathe on because I just wore. I think you had to like hold your nose or hold, make sure your mouth. I don't know what I was doing, but I messed up. Okay. But the one I screamed on with the video was a much more family-friendly slide that I didn't realise was that fast, and I thought it was just a nice 45-degree angle slide, but you go super fast on it, and it caught me off guard a lot. I actually had a huge bruise on my arm from that because I was holding on to the side, trying to slow myself down because I'm a wimp. I'll own it. I'm a wimp. I'm a wimp, but I'll do things, you know what I mean? I'll regret it, but I'll do it. I'll be terrified doing skydiving, but I'll do it. Oh, really, Surly Dev? That's funny. And people also do skydiving for charity as well, don't they? Which I guess makes it a bit more appealing as well for me. Because I feel like just doing it randomly is it's a bit hard to summon yourself to do something like that. Oh, mate, this wind. It's back. Let me try and show you the windsock here at the RVP. There it is. If you didn't believe me how windy it was, that thing's about to take off. It's properly windy. Maximum wind. Bungee jumping is more fun. No, absolutely no. That's a hard no for me. That's the biggest no ever. No, and no. I feel like with skydiving, like, it's just because it's like you're going up in a plane. It's obviously, I'd imagine you get to the point, especially when you're parachuting and stuff, you kind of enjoy it. You just take in the scenery. The thrill kind of dies down a bit. I think that's probably it sounds like a much more full package, but a bungee jump just sounds like hell from start to finish. Just no. Skydiving, yeah, 2 million subs. When windsock is horror. Whoa, go on. On Virgin A330. When windsock is horizontal, it's minimum 40 miles per hour. Yeah, it's about that. full whack. What's the big tent next to us? It's here at the visitor park. They've got a tent that where you can go under when it's raining. Wow, what a landing! EasyJet showing us how it's done. A320. I did a reverse bungee jump. What even is that? That sounds mad. Is that where you start at the bottom and you shoot up back to the platform? There's 2 aircraft on approach. We've got a Jet 2 test flight and a British Airways A320 coming up from London Heathrow as well. That was a great landing for an EasyJet. 10 out of 10. Whoever's flying this, give him a pay rise. Get him a Greg's, even better. Oh, mate. This is mental. Right, somebody let's just get a drink. Just take a moment to gather my thoughts here. What a day. You're tied to the ground and then go up. It was amazing. I have a video of it. I was off in distribution. I was wearing a short dress and swore a lot. Okay. You know what? It's tied to the ground and go up. That doesn't sound as bad. But, I don't know. You tell me. Because I feel like a bungee jump is like the worst part of a skydive. And that's it. You know, you just free fall to probably near terminal velocity and then it's just over, you know, and then you have the equal force but the other way around when you slow down and boing back up and all the blood just goes straight to your head and your guts go inside out. Like, why is that a thing? Who thought of that as an idea? That's not fun. That's just torture. Sounds like a catapult. Yeah, you literally got put on a catapult. Slingshot back up the mountain. A survey done on the skydiving for an NHS charity showed that the cost to treat injuries was higher than the amount raised. Yeah, I can believe that. This storm's broken new record for the power generation in the UK. Well, there we go. Our electricity bills should go down now. Huzzah! He jokes. Yep, we've got a British Airways A320 on final approach as well, but I think the Virgin's going to get out first. The Airbus A330 heading off to Atlanta. This should be good. May jumped off a cliff holding a bungee when I found him lying on the floor. I said I don't think much of bungee jumping. Yeah, don't do that. I wouldn't advise that one. Bungee jumping. How did it go around yet? No. We've not been live that long, to be fair. Computer says no. Here we go. Virgin A330 heading off to Atlanta over in the United States of America. Go on then. Have some of that. Off she goes. Right, let's see if we can see this British Airways on final approach, shall we? How far is this from the city? About a 20-minute drive, I'd say. Not that far. Couple of miles. My gosh. There we go, British Airways. Next to land, coming in from London Heathrow. Airbus A320. Was quite a bit of inputs there on short final, but really well done in the end. Yeah, it's getting to that point now where these arrivals are getting a bit wobbly. Really getting to see the pilots making their money, so to speak. Showing us what they've trained for. It's really impressive stuff as well. Great job, and a nice wave as well. Great job, pilots. Made it look a bit easy. Bet the passengers are happy to be on the ground though, after that approach. There's another aircraft on final approach. This one's got no passengers on board though. It's a test flight with Jet 2 737-800. So we'll see how that fares. It'll be a much lighter aircraft. So it might get blown around a little bit more. We will see. Am I right in thinking though, Mark, if you're in the chat still, that I think that the 737s have a higher tolerance, don't they, to wind than the Airbuses? I think they can land in higher wind conditions, because I'm sure there's a limit to how much wind an airliner can take on landing. Gosh, this is mad. Yeah, really good skills by the pilots there. Handling it well. Another aircraft on approach. We will focus our attention on this test flight with Jet 2 coming in from Manchester Airport. I'll do my best on the camera work here, so I do apologise if that's a bit ropey. There's really not much I can do today to improve that. Very nicely done there by the Jet 2 737. You're seeing, again, quite a lot of crosswind correction going on there. There's another Jet 2 on final approach, another aircraft from the fleet. This time it's an A321 Airbus Airliner. And it's one of the old ones as well. It's what we used to call the Celebrity. Hotel Lima Yankee Fox, the ex-Condor Airbus A321 is going to make an appearance here on the ground at Manchester shortly, coming in from Prague. And I hope that Jet 2 had a successful test flight there, presumably after a bit of maintenance. As you see, no passengers on board that. No one fancy a flight from Manchester to Manchester today? Look at the hills in the background there. Great visibility today. So many aircraft diverting from Dublin right now. Where are they going? Simming. Liverpool simming, I guess. EasyJet next to go, heading off to Hurghada. I think this is like one of the longest routes that EasyJet do. The Airbus A320 Neo being used here. What a day to be flying out of Manchester, leaving all this behind. We have a great flight down to Egypt. Looks like a nice place. Just grab a drink as this aircraft is on final approach. You can just see it there in a picture for those watching on big fancy TVs. Oh. Oh, we have two inbounds right here from Dublin. That's interesting. Ryanair from Vienna diverting to Manchester. Thanks, Tel. Yeah, let us know in the chat when they're on approach and things like that. We'll keep an eye out for them. I assume the storms hit Dublin harder than Manchester. If they haven't diverts. Might also be the fact that it's more of a crosswind for them folks over there as well. Oh really, Mark? The 737s have a lower tolerance, a lower limit than the A320 family. Is that right? I would have thought the 73 would have had a higher limit, but there you go. Every day's a school day. grief. What a landing. Wow, that was so well done by the Jetsu crew there. Really impressive stuff by the pilots. Wow. Etihad Dreamliner on the way out. Oh, awesome. Thank you for the heads up there, Joanna. Also got the ITA on the way out as well. Take a bow, pilots. Look at these folks up here. Doing a mega job. What a landing that was. Really good. It's on BBC News now. Dublin is shutting down. There you go. I think Manchester's happy to take a few diverts. The only thing about Manchester is these days they are a bit limited on space, just down to the amount of construction that's going on across the airfield. Things like the apron as well. I do have visual of the Etihad on the way out as well. Dublin Met are saying gusting 45 knots. Yeah, I think that's at the point where it's getting a bit ridiculous. Getting a bit dangerous. And as Captain Mark said in the chat, a lot of these airliners have limits anyway on what they can tolerate, and I think that is probably surpassing that for a lot of airliners. Absolutely perplexed. Huge applause to the skill on show today. That's why we do these streams. I love to see it. I know people like to see things like go-arounds and that, but for me, it's so cool watching pilots battle these winds and do a 10 out of 10 job, as we've seen so far. They're the things that make the best videos for me, you know, and you can watch it back, appreciate what these folks are doing, because it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Especially when you got, you know, 100 odd passengers behind you. A heli transiting over. I don't see it. It's already flown over. Right, I'm keeping an eye out there. I know people in the chat were saying we've got some diverts coming in. I can see there's a Ryanair 737 MAX coming all the way to Manchester from Vienna. It's quite the diversion, isn't it, when you think about it? Quite the diversion. Yeah, I think if they were to pick between Manchester and Liverpool, I think they might opt Manchester of the space here, just because where the wind is more head on here. Although it is a crosswind, I think Liverpool, surely that would be like near a direct crosswind over there, just because it's a 2709 orientation on the runways there, so it's straight east-west, whereas this winds are from the south. Here in Manchester, of course, we have that sort of 2-3 bit of an offset, a couple of degrees. What's the biggest aircraft you ever captured coming into land? Neil, I mean, have we ever seen something bigger than the A380 at Manchester? Sadly, I wasn't here when the Antonov AN225 came to Manchester. But yeah, it's going to have to be as boring of an answer as it is, the A380, which we see every day at Manchester. Oh, that is windy. Oh my gosh. There's a bit of support to catch up on as well, actually. Let me quickly read that off. Over on Twitch, we got Rescue193 UK. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate it. And Taco with a tier 1 for 2 months as well. Thank you, folks. Appreciate it. Legends. Thank you for the support. Don't forget you can hit the dollar symbol on YouTube as well and send in a little tip if you like to support these live shows. They do add up a lot. And this is what we do for a living, of course. Shows like today are quite hard work. But I enjoy these. They're a lot of fun. Just keeping an eye on radar. We do have a Jet 2 Neo coming in. HLY November. Just entering the approach now. We'll keep an eye out for that. ITA Airways on the way out, doing a flight for, I believe, EasyJet. Heading off to Milan over in Italy. Makes sense. Oh, very cool, Flemo. James is in. The CEO of Global messaged you. That's really cool. Nice one. We've spoken to him a few times, on the channel. I forget his surname now. I can pull up his messages. We talk every once in a while. Asquith, that's it, Asquith. And he seems like a nice guy. I'm not going to lie, just from my interactions with him. I know he's done some interviews on TV and stuff, but he seems like an alright guy. And I do genuinely wish Global Airlines does well, as much as I'm sceptical. And a lot of that skepticism and criticism does come from a place of love. You want them to do well, right? If there's things wrong with the airline that I can see, I'd like to chime in there. And it's interesting to see this kind of skew towards the Airbus A340s with a high fly. So fingers crossed that goes well for them. Who knows? Who knows? Etihad 787 Dreamliner heading back to Abu Dhabi. Next departure. And Wayrich, thank you for the Twitch Prime as well. Thank you, Wayrich. Wow, Twitch is doing better than YouTube today on support. What's going on? Thank you, folks on Twitch. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the show today. Oh my gosh, this is so hard to keep the camera somewhat smooth. I know it's not smooth, but doing my best. Yeah, Matthew, welcome in. Yeah, it's pretty stormy at Manchester. It is indeed. It's getting dark now as well, which means we may have a bit of nasty weather coming in soon. That's when it's really going to get tricky for us. Oh my gosh. Driftsky Productions, thank you for the 16 months of premium economy. Appreciate it. Oh, mate, this has gone up even more. The wind. This has gotten even stronger. Just thank you for braving the weather to bring a show. Thank you for the support. Appreciate it. We do have a hype train on Twitch as well. Let's try and keep that going. Thank you, folks. Don't forget to check down Twitch Primes and bits and stuff. You know, check your bits. Great advice for life. So an A380 at Birmingham on the ground. Okay. Thanks, James. Appreciate it. It's definitely not up to the usual standard of smoothness on the old camera work, but like I said, I'm just doing my best, given the conditions. Yeah, a bit of rain coming down now, folks, so we're going to try our best to keep the camera lens dry as well, because the problem with today is we're going to have wind going straight into the lens, so it's going to be quite hard to avoid water appearing on the screen. Say hello to Simon Lowe on Southside if you can see him. I'll try and zoom in on him if he's still live. Anyone knows roughly where he is? I think he's over at near the start of 2-3 left. I think I did tune in this morning. Off goes the Vueling Airbus A320. Heading back to Barcelona. Give it as a wing wave on the departure. Gusts of 45 knots on the Dublin ATIS. Yikes. That's a bit windy, isn't it? Let's see if we can see this friendly chap. Look. Not many people over there, is there? I haven't been over there for a while now. I feel like a trip is overdue. I've just been very busy with everything else. There he is. Hey, mate. Now, what is that umbrella made of? That thing has got to be made of some military grade titanium. I don't know. He'll have NASA reaching out to him like, what material is this? What extreme composite? Because we've had some umbrellas and stuff on the streams, and mate, as soon as it gets above like 20 knots, they fall to bits. You know what I mean? I don't trust them. Here he is doing that. Magic, eh? What a guy. Properly windy here though. Bit windy like. Bit windy. Have a look at that windsock. I'm going to take a quick second to breathe. Stand by, folks. Have a drink as well. I'm missing a hot drink today. I should have brought a hot drink. That would have been wise, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh, this entire tower is just like getting blown around. Yeah, a hot drink would have been nice today. I know I can visit the cafe, but I don't really fancy leaving this stuff unattended for longer than it needs to. You just get into the flow with these things, don't you? Like you're comfortable with how things are going. Yeah, I think it is pretty windy. I think it's more than the Met are saying, personally. It's saying 21 knots. I wonder what the pilots are getting call-outs for, because they get live call-outs from the ATC tower, which is usually a bit more up-to-date on the wind information. So if anyone's got the scanner on, feel free to chime in. Here's the Jet2 A321 Neo. I can't see it on radar. Why not? That's weird. I think my flight radar's froze by the looks of it. Weird. Anyone else have the same? Unlike that other Jet2 earlier, though, this one does indeed have passengers on. Oh! That was windy. Let's get some 10 out of 10s in the chat. Beautifully done by the Jet2 A321 Neo. Again, the crew producing the goods, getting her down. First time. Bosh. Incredible. Yeah, my flight radar's not working for some bizarre reason. Oh, it's the coverage here, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Thanks, Joanna, saying this is in from Cologne. Awesome. It like went so quiet for a second then, and then just this huge gust just slapped the tower. Caught me off guard a bit, to be fair. 10 out of 10. Take a bow. Look how much darker it's getting all of a sudden. Thick clouds rolling in. I'm already like an hour and a half away from sunset, so yeah. This is going to get interesting. Do have an EasyJet about to enter the approach, coming in from Rovaniemi. And a TUI as well, coming in from Marrakesh. Wasn't there a Ryanair coming in from somewhere? A Divert from Dublin, right? I don't see that on radar anymore. Did that go to somewhere else? Any ideas? Or did that already land? I am confused. Welcome in, Mel. Hello. Hello. Yeah, that was really cool. Nice to see these Jet2s as well, still in the not so finished painted livery. Quite funny. I believe what they do is they get them delivered from the Airbus, and they arrive as that plane did, and then they get a company like Airborne Colours down in East Midlands to touch up the paintwork, add the branding. It's quite interesting. Not sure why they do it that way, but I guess it's probably quite an efficient way just to get them in, start flying, and then whenever the paint is ready, you know, maybe there's a bit of a waiting list. They go ahead and send them off. Here it is one more time, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Ian Atkin, hello to you, sir. Hope you're doing well, mate. People said it went to Liverpool. Okay. Fair play. Fair play. Thanks for the information, folks, in the chat, because obviously I'm quite preoccupied at the moment. EasyJet now on final approach. Airbus A320. No sharklets on this one, so we'll see how this one fares. There's been many go-arounds. No, not yet, but we've been live for about less than 1.5 hours, so yeah, it's been pretty quiet on the go-around front. We don't make money on the ground, that's it, yeah. Another EasyJet on the move. This is why we don't really go live, usually this time in the afternoon as well. It does quieten down a lot around 1 and 2 o'clock, especially on a Tuesday as well. It stays rather quiet. Should have visual of the EasyJet shortly as well. That will appear. Wow! It just got very gold here all of a sudden. Sun just peeping through the clouds, making a big difference. See you later, Captain Mark. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you later. Have fun. Enjoy. As I said earlier, we are still working on the Airbus A320 simulator in our office. We're doing a full one-to-one replica sim. And I guess what you could call phase 1, I don't want to sound too geeky about it, but is going to be hopefully finished tomorrow. Because we have one last bit to install to make it look the part. And it's like one of the biggest pieces, to be fair. So we're going to get that hopefully today, maybe tomorrow morning, and tomorrow paint it and then stick it on, and that will be the sim built completely. Now there's a lot of upgrades we can think to do. You know, things like we haven't got. We were saying about lighting, for example. Obviously, the A320 has like quite specific lights in the flight deck in specific places, with specific dials that control said lights, you know, all these, and then obviously the whole PC and the whole simulator itself needs to come alive as well. So hopefully in the next week we should have the video up for you guys of us building it, which was quite the journey. It was quite fun. We did make a fair few errors along the way. Spoiler alert, but I think it'd be very boring if it was just like, hey guys, we just assembled this thing, IKEA style. Not that IKEA goes swimmingly for me, normally anyway. Normally when I've got IKEA, there's at least one thing I've put on backwards, and 9 times out of 10 I'll just leave it that way. Why is that the wrong way around? It's meant to be like that. Yeah, by then you've already built it, and, you know, unbuilding it is just going to be a faff, so you've accepted your fate. But now with the A320, we want it to be good, we want it to be the best, so we did make a few changes along the way. We also had to adapt a lot of things because we're using Wimwing gear. A lot of Wimwing's equipment is not one-to-one scale, so adapting that into a one-to-one scale sim was quite tricky. There's quite a lot of strangeness, you know, things like how do we change an angle of something while keeping its kind of structural integrity and, you know, its movement and all this, that, the other. Me and Martin are not really DIY people, but we've kind of got a bit more under our belt now, so to speak. Oh, Dad, Secret Kitchen, that's really kind of you. Yeah, there's to be fair, there's quite a few things we need printing, but I guess I'll be in touch. You know, it's worth asking, right? You know, I don't want to be cheeky and expect things from the community ever, but if you want to help out, that's cool. Mainly blanking plates, you know, like in the Airbus, you get in cars and stuff, right, where on your dashboard you might have a button that's blanked out, like it doesn't do anything, like it's for an optional extra for your car. You have that in the Airbus. There's like certain screens and things and panels that are just blank. So we need some of them making, and we've just been using MDF wood and just screwing that to the empty bits and then painting it like the Airbus colour. Well, I think 3D printing would definitely look a lot smarter. Right, next arrival is already about to land. The A320 from Rovaniemi. Then we've got a TUI already on final approach as well. Nicely done by the EasyJet A320. Really well played. Same at Leeds, Brad. Absolutely dead in terms of flights. Yeah, it's just this time of day, isn't it? It's quite quiet at the airport. I think if I was a passenger, I'd love to fly out of the airport at this time, because I always manage to pick times of day where it's mega busy. It'd be nice to have a change where it's pretty chill in the terminal buildings. Next aircraft to land should be visual shortly. I'll keep the camera up here though. You guys can spot the plane. Let me know when you see it. It's a TUI 737 MAX 8 coming in from Marrakesh. And there's a Malta Air actually coming in from Madrid. That's just entering the approach shortly. And then there's a bunch of arrivals coming in right next to each other. Don't forget to hit that like button, folks, if you're watching on YouTube. Get involved in the chat as well. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Thanks, Dad Secret Kitchen, appreciate that. Yeah, Roger, the Emirates has gone. It went about an hour ago. Wow, really, Matt? That sounds cool. Why don't we get that at Manchester, eh? Oh gosh, I'm starting to lose temperature now. It's not that cold, it's just this wind just saps all your temps out eventually. Still mega windy here at Manchester. It's meant to pick up at 3 o'clock apparently. Between 3 and 4 it's meant to get even windier. Up to 46 knot gusting apparently. Although we haven't seen any numbers like that on the METAR yet. There you go, I see her. She's just there on the middle of the picture. TUI next to land. Gusting 33 knots according to ATC. That sounds a bit more right. King Kevin Henry VIII. I thought I could see it was a fly on my telly. Yeah, we get that a lot here at the airport on our little screens. gosh, that was so well done. Wow. Incredible. What a landing. That was a good landing, full stop, let alone in the wind. Yeah, Joanna. Can't wait to get home. Get warm. That was an incredible landing. Incredible stuff. So we do have a couple of aircraft coming in. I can see. Anyone else see that on flight radar? We got a King Air coming in. I don't know if that's actually coming into Manchester. Allegedly it is. We've got a Malta Air though on the approach, going on the downwind. And an EasyJet just entering the approach as well, an Airbus A320. And what seems to be a bit of a smaller plane. A Cessna Citation Sovereign coming in. From Brussels. Matthew getting a 10 out of 10 emotes in the chat. Absolutely. That was the best landing we've seen today. You find with the Maxes as well, not to take away from the skill of the pilots, but they always seem a little bit more controlled in strong winds, the Maxes. I think, I've been told it's down to the fact that the engines are a bit more powerful, but also mounted further forward. Lots of new names in the chat as well. Hello everybody. If you're new to the stream, get a message in the chat, let us know where you're tuning in from. It is very, very windy at Manchester today. And it's properly getting dark now as well. I'm curious how the camera will fare. We're not once for sort of streams in the dark, but we'll see how it goes. I do hope you're enjoying the stream though, folks. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube. This is a bonus show today. Our next live stream will be on Friday at 10 AM UK time. Although, bonus show, I don't know what you call it, because we're not going to do a show tomorrow, just because we had one yesterday and today. I think it's fair to catch up with a bit of work in the old office. Over 2,000 people tuning in, according to Tel. Thank you, Tel, for the update. Another EasyJet on the way out. An Airbus A321neo on the move. Great to see. We should see that King Air on approach as well. I think they're just going to get that straight in, by the looks of things. I'll keep my eyes to the skies. It's about to get very busy on the arrivals. I think so. I think it is. It's also meant to get the most windy soon as well. Tell you what, that low sun is casting some gorgeous golden lighting when it peeps between the clouds. Wouldn't mind some of that for these departures. Could you imagine? Cheers, Neil, saying Beechcraft on final. Thank you. And Tell as well, letting us know. Can't quite see her just yet. There she is up there, I think. Anyone see that? Maybe I'm seeing things. I don't know. Up there somewhere. Oh, looks like there's an Aer Lingus Lisbon to Dublin diverting to Manchester. Thank you, Jacob. Thanks for the heads up. We'll keep an eye out for that. We have the Malta Air on approach as well. Final leg of the approach. So we'll see that shortly. This King Air should be visual by now. There it is up there. She's just peeping through the clouds now. Not a lot to see just yet. This thing's going to get blown around a bit. Darren saying hello from Scotland. Hello, Darren. Welcome to the UK. Welcome to the UK. I didn't mean that. Welcome to England. Welcome to Manchester. That was completely by mistake. I said that. I'm so used to saying it to people in likes of the US and stuff. You can tell I'm lacking sleep at the moment. that really tickled me, that as well. Apologies, Darren. Welcome to Manchester. Yeah, definite diverts. Yeah, okay, we'll keep an eye out for that as well. Nice to see some more Aer Lingus at Manchester. Of course, we've had all the news about Aer Lingus UK potentially disappearing from our radars, which would be a big shame. Matt Smith, thank you for the gift of membership, dude. Appreciate it. Great show yesterday, of course. Thank you, appreciate it. Show the Paris flight, please. Show the Paris flight, please. Is that the departure, I assume? Yes, it will be. The EasyJet. Yes, I'll catch that, don't worry. That was hilarious. It was complete muddling of words, it was. It wasn't an attack on Scottish independence or anything like that. But it was humorous, for sure. I acknowledge that. Sometimes I say things and I'm like, that was so daft. It made me laugh. Anyway, let's enjoy this bit of a smaller plane, this. Coming in from Belfast. Beach Super King Air. Streamers are south, so I don't see it as a problem. Well, the camera work? Because they've got their back to the camera, whereas on this side we're facing into the wind. Makes a big difference. Nothing shielding this camera, sadly. There we go. Down on the ground. Surfing that wind. Yeah, must have been a bit of a bumpy ride there coming into Manchester. But you felt it on the approach, especially. Hopefully, it wasn't too nauseating for those on board. Reminds me of a flight when we came back from Palma de Mallorca a couple of years ago. We were on that World to Fly Airbus A330, and coming in, it was like gusting 30 knots. And the plane was just getting blown around left, right. And I think I got a video recording of it as well. You hear me in the background say, oh, this is going to be a slammer. And honestly, it was probably the smoothest landing I've ever had into Manchester. They absolutely buttered it. I mean, it is the butter machine, isn't it? The A330, so makes a difference. Ashley, welcome in. Saying hi from Belfast. Welcome. I hear the wind's pretty strong over there, especially down in the likes of southern, in like Dublin and stuff. Ooh, look at this Saudi on the move. Yeah, where the camera is, it's getting yeeted around a lot, proverbially. It's just out in the wind more over here. Wow. Hey Dougal, glad you got a gifted membership. Yeah, very kind community this. They do gift quite a lot of memberships during the live shows. Sammy Littlewood, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Juan Jimenez as well, welcome in, dude. George Fitzgibbon in the chat as well. Plenty of names in the chat. Is the Malta Air coming in? If the camera can find her. Work. Oh, it's great. That was really, really good. Anne and Tom, thank you for the gifted membership as well. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you on Sunday. Yeah, they're just on single runway operations at the moment here at Manchester, so they're using runway 23 right for the arrivals and the departures at the moment. A couple of aircraft waiting to land. They got the Aero West set as a citation. That's on final approach now. EGGP Simming, thank you for the gift of membership as well. Thank you, folks. Really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. It's got to Bjorn Hansen, A350. Enjoy your gifted membership, my guy. Yeah, Malta are doing a really, really good job of landing there in the wind. We've got the Saudi heading back to Jeddah, 787 Dreamliner. I know you're taking, won't be taking any notice of silly comments, but you have braved the winds. Gave us third show in 3 days. Oh yeah, it's 3 days in a row we've live streamed, isn't it? I've only just thought about that. In my head, I'm like, it's 2 days in a row because it's Monday, it's a new week. Well, yeah, I guess it is 3 shows in a row. Silly comments. I mean, some people might genuinely have good intent, you know, when they ask things like that. I get it, so. I don't tend to be too hard on comments like that. I don't think it's fair because they might mean something genuine there, if that makes sense. I didn't see the comment either, but I assume it was to do with the camera work. And again, I have explained, I think 2 or 3 times during the show that the camera work's not going to be as good today just because of how windy it is over here. Wow, look at that sky. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's pretty. Where was I? Yeah, but the thing is, people join and leave at different points in the show, so people might not get that message. Trying to use Dad to calm Sterling down for the school run. I think once he gets outside and into that wind, I'm sure he'll calm down a bit. Hello, Mr. Man. Joyce, thank you so much for the gift of membership as well. Appreciate it. Tom is busy on a course, learning stuff he probably doesn't need to know. That sounds about right. Next arrival, Diversion, I believe this is, coming in from, well, it was due for Dublin in Aer Lingus. Coming in from Lisbon, A320neo. Gosh. Yeah, it's getting windier now. Was kind of scary. Wow. Sorry about that, folks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bump the ISO up on the camera as well, so we can kind of keep that shutter speed a bit higher, a bit faster. Shall we? There we go. Should help us out a bit. Samalam, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate that. Huge. Really appreciate that. Says I'll always support Andy and Matt's efforts. Thank you, dude. Really appreciate that. Goes a long way here on the channel. Look at the lighting though. This is so pretty. This is what I do miss about the later shows. Certainly the ones that we did in the summer, where on that rare evening where we'd get a clear evening in Manchester, you'd get some gorgeous lighting. Oh, Dougal, I would not want to be on a helicopter today. Screw that. I bet they're probably not as wobbly as you expect, but, you know, let's be honest, it's not going to be like the smoothest. Yeah, the park closes in an hour, so we're going to have to wrap in about 30 minutes, just over. I don't want to push my luck too much on that front. But it's also going to get dark in the next hour, so you won't miss much. We do have a lot of arrivals coming in, though. Wow, big queue of arrivals. Yeah, it's a third diversion, that, isn't it, Andy? Landing in a completely different country. Yeah, we sometimes get diversions from like Liverpool and Leeds, Bradford and stuff, you know, but all the way from Dublin, that's quite a big one. There's that Cessna Citation coming in from Brussels, next to land. A glider would be horrifying in this weather. You wouldn't need to move. You could just stand still and jump and the plane would start flying. Get all that wind under the wings. Nicely done from the BizJet. little spray there as well. Quite cool to see. Right, EasyJet next to land. When Paris Charles de Gaulle. Who is your football team? So Martin, who's the other guy who usually presents the show with me, he supports Man United as well. I'm not really into football, you know. If I could, I'd either pick Tranmere Rovers or Everton. Because that's kind of where I'm from. But I don't follow football. I don't have time for it. I used to be really into football. I used to know all the Premier League players and all this, that, the other. Used to really follow it. It's 20 past, so. What kind of camera are you using? It's Sony RX4. No, it's not. Sorry, a Sony RX10 Mark IV. That's the one. But we have a link in the description, I believe, where it shows you all the equipment that we use. So you might find it on there, if you're lucky. I've not checked it for a while. There we go. Bit of a floaty landing there for an EasyJet A320. She made it work though. Great landing in the end. Ryanair in from Porto next to the 737-800 series. Just see the lights there as she descends through the clouds. Yeah, it was a bit of a more interesting landing, wasn't it, chap? Yeah, we'll wrap up in about 30 minutes, folks. Is there anything particularly interesting? Be a bit later, but we do have the Royal Air Maroc coming in 40 odd minutes, but that will be a bit too late for us. There's another Jet2 A321neo in 28 minutes, so that might be an ideal plane to wrap on. Yeah, I thought I was going to go around then. Not wasn't a million miles away from a go around, was it? Okay, the rain is coming in now. Gosh. Here we go. Ryanair 737-800 next to land. Visibility is going to drop as well as we got rain coming in now. The rain do be falling. Gosh. Really nicely done there. the Ryanair. Great landing. Say what you want about Ryanair landings, but they've been bob on today. Absolutely bob on. Gosh, have a look at that windsock. This is mad. Mental. Mental. Take care, Sam. See you later. Welcome in, Fezza. Oh, the visibility has dropped a lot with all this rain. You only say sideways rain, it really is sideways today. Double trouble. Great job by the British Airways. It's this rain. Something made me laugh then. I'll explain. Wow, it's got a big blast of heat from that Ryanair though. I've got the tablet for the chat standing up. It's secured in place, but I've put my phone on the lying down next to it, and because the rain's coming in sideways, my phone's bone dry, even though it's out in the rain, just because the wind's just hitting the side of the tablet so much. So blessed I've got this tablet today. See you guys sending messages in the chat. British Airways A320 just vacating the runway there. Look at that beautiful lighting. Right, let me grab some what's it called? Blue. The blue. Get the blue. Blue roll, that's the name. Blue one. The roll of the blue. Use it to wipe away my tears right now. Hey! Cleanest lens in town. There's loads flying around in circles around Dublin. Yeah, I'll be trying to get them in, seeing if the weather improves slightly so they can land. I think it's just over the limits of what a lot of airlines can tolerate. Oh my gosh, the most beautiful golden lighting just keeps peeping through the clouds. Really well done by the EasyJet. We just had a bit of a calm spell there. Did you open a soda pop on camera? I don't think so. Ooh, look at that thing up there. I can see a rainbow. Beautiful. Love to see it. Yeah, blue roll is god tier, isn't it? Whoever made blue glue roll? Blue roll. They deserve a good life, you know what I mean? It's like whoever made that sponge thing that you have in your kitchen, where it's like a stick where you put the soap in one side and the sponge is on the other. Mate, is it like a magic sponge or something? Mate, whoever made that is my role model. God tier invention, that. It's all popping off of Dublin, isn't it, by the sounds of it? Hi from Nottingham. Hello, Dave. Welcome in. Nice place, Nottingham. You know how I know it's a nice place? Because it's got like 5 Wetherspoons. That's how you know a city's thriving, when it's got lots of Wetherspoons. Dishmatic, is that the name of it? I've never paid attention to the name of it. I just swipe them off the shelf. Of course, I pay like a responsible citizen, but that thing just goes straight in the basket. Don't even look at the price. Blue roll keeping the hospitality industry together, honestly. I think we might be over the peak here with the wind, but it's gone calm a few times, so I'm not going to speak too soon. I am drenched now, though, which is cool. I feel like a Dishmatic right now. Ben Lowe, welcome to you, sir. Welcome in. I have to disagree on the topic of sponge on a stick. You cannot get into the corners of mugs and it clashes with it. I use a trusty old normal sponge. Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong there. I think I just developed a bit of a trick to doing that, because I don't think I ever struggled with that. I was using said sponge on a stick for many moons, you know. So I've become quite the veteran, quite the pro. These days we have one of them. I'm going to be honest, chat. I'll be honest. We have a dishwasher. We've converted to the dark side. We got one of them fancy dishwashers that you put the dishes in, just throw a little tablet in there, and then an hour or two later it's done. I know. What have I done? British Airways heading back to London Heathrow. Super early rotation there. Gosh. It's got the Amy Johnson sticker on the side there, which was, I believe it was a cadet scheme to get more lady pilots up in the flight deck. I'm not sure how long it ran for. I don't think it still goes. I don't think I qualify for that. I despise the sponge stick. I like the sponge stick. It's handy. Just works, doesn't it? Pakistan Airlines due in 40 minutes. Oh, we're just going to miss that, aren't we? F in the chat. Lazy. That would have been cool to catch, wouldn't it? But yeah, I don't want to stay past I don't want to get locked in for a start. And I don't want to be messing around the gate staff here. I want to be out of here by 4 p.m. So I'll probably wrap. Probably when this Jet 2 lands. I might be pushing it a little bit on my luck, but yeah, the Jet 2 from Krakow, I'll probably end the stream on. As much as I'd love to stick around. What's wrong with Sponge Stick? Honestly, Sponge Stick just sounds like God tier. Get me Sponge Stick out, sort it out. Jobs are good. Those clouds are moving fast. Yeah, it's super windy. I'm quite glad it's not picking up too much on the mic, but like I've full on got a headache now because it's that loud. I'm full on paracetamol territory now. I mean, yeah, like I said, that's a nice image, isn't it? How long are you going to be live for? About another 15 minutes, I will say. With some confidence. Right, another plane. There's a plane. There's a plane on the stream. That's what you came here to see, wasn't it? Prefer SpongeBob to Sponge Stick, honestly. That's a elite tournament right there. Needs to happen. Face off. Who will win? No, we're not doing a stream tomorrow, Ben, just because we've done three days in a row on the old live streams. We're going to have tomorrow in the office. Do apologise for that, folks. We'll be back on Thursday. We've got a big day tomorrow in the office in terms of building the sim. We should be completing the simulator tomorrow somewhat, to a degree. Everything seems to be in order for that. Great landing there from the EasyJet. A320 with the sharklets. Plen go up, plen go down. That's the commentary that I add to this this whole category. Right, I think I got one more arrival, folks. I think it is going to be the Jet 2 Neo in from Krakow, and then I'm going to have to wrap. I do apologise, it's a bit of a shorter show today. We were pretty busy this morning, and I think the harshest of the wind were in the afternoon, so we'll stick around for this. Sunset is in about 20 minutes anyway, 30 minutes. Next live show will indeed be Friday with Mr. Matt Cam Smith. He'll be entertaining you for many hours, I'm sure, on the Friday show. Thank you for the support on today's show as well. Appreciate it, folks. Thanks for getting involved in the chat. Goes a long way, of course. I love the colour of this sort of image right now with all these beautiful golden clouds. Are you building a full cockpit sim or just a setup? It is a one-to-one replica Airbus A320 simulator, yes. But it's getting built in like stages, so the first stage should be done tomorrow. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. No worries, Mr. Matt Camsmith. The Man City plane is just pushed back. Ooh, where's that? Oh, as in, okay, is that the 2XL here at Manchester? Ah, interesting. Off to Madrid. I assume Man City have a game over there, maybe? That's kind of cool. Oh, mate. This is silly. This wind. It's in the engine run up, bait. Roger that. We'll see if we can... It's not that, is it? I think it is that. Yeah, it's right there. That's the Man City plane, apparently. For all you football fans... Want to see some people who are paid a lot of money fly to a place that's not so windy. Aye. What a day. What a day. What a day. To get them heaters in the car on full blast, I think. There's no better feeling, right? Hey Nigel, welcome in. Yeah, you have to watch it back. It's been quite an entertaining show. Lots of wind for sure. Egypt with the Airbus A321neo on the taxi out. Look at this beauty. In the light as well. Whew. That's a very pretty plane. Real Madrid versus Man City tomorrow. Wow. That sounds like a good game. Well, then people who watch the footballs... Thanks, Paul Taylor. Thanks. Glad you enjoyed the show. You must be cold because you're of car heaters. Yeah. I'm not freezing cold. I've been colder, you know. The Jet 2 seems to be in a hold for some reason. That's strange. Was there something else on the approach? There's an EasyJet as well. About to enter the approach. Wrong shaped ball. Good gosh. This wind, man. Nice, Nigel. Yeah, the RVP is great. We'll have a great time. Don't forget to check out the cafe here as well. They only serve like the sausage and bacon and egg butties, which we love, up until midday, I think, 12 p.m. Keep that in mind. But the likes of like coffees and stuff, they do them all day, and other foods they do in the afternoon as well. So don't get caught out like we did. Matt saying hello from Brazil. I'm a citation pilot out here, finally on my day off. Mate, welcome in. That is a cool plane to be flying around. Hope you're enjoying the show. Thank you, Amy. Yeah, these planes have been put in a hold for some reason. There's an EasyJet that's just made the right-hand turn. I think that's in a hold as well. What's happened? Was the runway closed? These planes are in the hold for some reason. Which is a bit awkward because timing-wise, do need to wrap soon. I would like to see one more plane in true LA flight style. Barclay, yes. Yeah, the pub is a great angle, isn't it? I second that opinion. Well, I don't know what these planes are doing. I think the Jet 2's out of the hold. They just crossed over each other as well. Look at that on flight radar. You can see them just one's 2,000 feet below the other. The Jet 2 is looking like she's out of the hold though, so we might just catch that. 2XL 737 with the Manchester City Football Club on board on the taxi as well. Hope they have a good flight. I wonder if what's that? Harland, is it? Is he called? I don't know his full name. He's I hope he's got some milk, you know, for the journey. Yeah, Jet 2's coming out of the hold by the looks of things. Holding due to traffic volumes. That's interesting. Great work by the folks up in the air traffic control tower today, keeping it all flowing nicely. Yeah, I remember the April Fool's Day joke with LA flights. The funniest thing about that was, like, for me, like, hands down, the funniest thing was the fact that people didn't get it was a joke. They got really mad. For those who don't know, for April Fool's Day, we pulled a prank where we swapped streams with LA flights over in Los Angeles, LAX. And on our channel, it was them. And they were pretending to be us, you know, or take over from us and pretending they were at Manchester, and then vice versa. And it was only like 10 minutes long. But the outrage in the chat of people who didn't get it was a joke was hilarious. I don't think I've ever laughed that much. It's a bit harsh, but you know what? You've got to have a laugh, haven't you? When people buy an April Fool's Day gag, it is the funniest. We do love them guys over there at LA Flights as well. Absolutely love them. Jet 2 is turning on to final approach now with the Airbus A321neo coming in from Krakow. We'll catch that for sure. The wind's definitely died down now as well, so you folks ain't missing much on the old windy front. I love this time of day when everything just goes a bit pinky orange, you know. All we need now is a bit of sunshine, you know. It'd look gorgeous. Proper golden hour. Laughter is the best medicine. I think so, Tal. I think so. Good vibes. Good vibes. Don't forget to get subscribed, folks, on YouTube. Hit the like button if you haven't already. I do appreciate you being with us today. I know the numbers have been a bit lower, but it's not our usual streaming day, of course. Next live show will be Friday for the Friday show. Make sure you all tune into that from 10 a.m. Usually he starts, Mr. Matt Cam Smith. Sonny's got the April Fool's Day clip on Twitch. Yeah, I think we put it on YouTube as well, didn't we? I think we made a YouTube video you can find of the April Fool's Day shenanigans. That was so fun. Wow, over 2,000 people tuned in. Wow. Okay, well, there's more than I thought. Hello. Okay, so now we got the 2XL heading off to Madrid. Manchester City football team. Off to play, I believe, Real Madrid, question mark. Hope you have a great flight. Nice, very nice. Gracie's World with a 33 months of business class. And hey guys, keep up the great work. Thank you, Gracie's World. Appreciate that. The Concorde Super Level 1. Mate, Sonny, I forgot about that. When Flight Radar put, like, you know, you can track Concorde flying from London to New York. And we made a news article about it, and it went completely viral. Because people thought we were being serious. There was a lot of arguments because people were like, nah, it's April Fools. And then you got people saying, nah, it's real. And then you got a third bunch of people kicking off because the picture we used wasn't even a Concorde, it was a Tupolev. It was just like absolute bedlam in the comments. Like, people were going to riot off that thing. The juiciest. I'm not a pranky kind of person, you know, I'm a nice guy, but, you know, once a year I think you can have a nice honest prank, and if you fool a lot of people, it is hilarious. Here we go, Jet 2 in from Krakow. We'll wrap the stream up after this lands as well. What a good landing from the A321neo. Showing us how it's done. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in today. And we'll be back on Friday for the Friday show. And lots happening in the office over the next 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, as we complete phase 1 of the simulator. Maybe even phase 2, to be fair, because we that is entirely possible. And look out soon, because we might be able to unveil the sim itself in all its glory. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Hit that bell icon to get the notification as to when we go live. Thank you for tuning in today. And big thank you to the mods as well, because they have done a great job today looking after the stream. I know the Storm streams, they often attract a lot of new people, and sometimes they can be people who aren't used to, you know, talking in the chat, and they can sometimes be a bit trolly. But no, I do appreciate it, mods. You've done a great job today, as always. It's not super windy here, to be fair, but we'll wrap up there as it is. about to go dark anyway. Oh, it is properly windy actually. It's still very windy. Take care everyone, and I'll see you on the weekend for the Super Sunday show as well. Bye. Bye everybody. Bye. I'm waving. Imagine me waving. Look, you can see my hand here. Hey, bye.
Out in Manchester where the rain loves to play,